Edge at 11 starts now.
The first weekend of June, a violent one in the city of Detroit.
Police releasing chilling 911 audio about one chaotic shooting taking place early Saturday morning.
Caller says he heard approximately 100 shots. Says the shots are still being fired.
Now, police say at least 4 people were shot at a party on Trinity Street near Grand River, with at least 100 people there. Cops recovered 8 guns and marked more than 90 shell casings. A local community activist has a message for the people who hosted the party where that shooting took place.
Come on, man. You knew that was a war zone. You knew you was at war with somebody. You knew the potential, the possibilities of something happening, right, in that space to innocent people.
5 people were injured in a separate shooting just an hour after the block party at Warren and West Grand Boulevard. Police say all the victims are likely to survive.
Of course, the goal here is to try to get rid of this violence, and some big names are out in the neighborhoods now to promote a picnic for peace.
They're working hard to make the city safer. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack has a preview of peacenics.
Some big names in law enforcement doing door knocks Monday afternoon here in Detroit. Nobody was in trouble. This was actually an olive branch extended in some of Detroit's most violent neighborhoods.
I'm the deputy mayor, city of Detroit. That's your U.S. attorney right there.
Not exactly who you'd expect on a Monday afternoon, but here they are, flyers in tow to talk peacenic.
Picnic with a purpose. We bring resources to the community.
Shantae Patterson lives on Detroit's east side near the Heilman Recreation Center.
I've owned this home since 2009. So I've watched it go from much better looking than this to this.
She never heard of peacenic. It's in its 3rd year here in Detroit. This time the event coming to her neighborhood in June.
Glad that it's happening because, like she said, it is one of the most dangerous precincts in the city.
So what is it? Take a peek at last year's event. A free picnic for families, free food, even a petting zoo. Most importantly, though, resources right at your door. Help with things like getting your license back or wiping your record clean. Even mental health specialists will be there.
We're bringing the resources right to you in the neighborhood where you live, and we've chosen neighborhoods that sometimes people feel like they were forgotten about.
In the 8th and 9th precinct, U.S. Attorney for our area, Don Eisen, says their summer law enforcement strategy is in effect.
We have had some measurable success in reducing violent crime, but please don't think that we have taken our foot off the pedal as far as going after the drivers of violence.
The peacenics, though, an opportunity to curb violence by getting the community buy-in to help the cause.
So we hope you'll come out and bring all of your family.
There are 2 peacenics, one on the east side, one on the west side. Both are in June. All the details at fox2detroit.com. Reporting on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
It's been a long and painful journey for the family of Zion Foster, the teen who disappeared in 2022, and then her body was never found.
And today, Tarrant justice has been served for the 17-year-old's death as a judge handed down a sentence to her cousin, Jaylin Brazier.
She was my firstborn, my best friend, and he stole from me my baby.
Zion was not in any way violent. That wasn't her at all.
This case illustrates that the defendant has no concern for anyone other than himself, including his closest family members.
Brazier confessed to police that he dumped Foster's body in a dumpster. He claims she became unresponsive after they smoked marijuana together. Despite an extensive search of a landfill, Foster's body was never found. Brazier will spend 38 to 90 years behind bars. The judge went above guidelines in his sentencing.
These individuals were working in concert. They had a plan. They went to go get those babies. There were ransom calls made to the hotel.
It was the shocking abduction that set off a statewide Amber Alert. Today, 2 young men were sentenced for their roles in abducting infant twins from a Livonia hotel last August. 18-year-old Curtis Slay and 20-year-old Davion Chandler recently agreed to plead guilty to unlawful imprisonment for aiding in the abduction. All other charges were dropped. They will each spend 3 to 15 years behind bars. A 16-year-old girl was also charged in this case. The twins were safely returned to police and then to their mother.
Well, a family who lost their loved one in a suspected distracted driving crash is one step closer to finding closure. 63-year-old Tina Yaney of Macomb County was killed in February when another driver ran a red light at M53 near 32 Mile in Washington Township. The investigation determined that 27-year-old Courtney Niezgoda of St. Clair County was using social media while driving at the time of the crash. The Yaney family tells us Tina was married for 44 years and the couple just started their retirement together. She also leaves behind 2 children and 3 granddaughters. The family hoping their story draws attention to the dangers of distracted driving. Niezgoda is now charged with reckless driving causing death, a 15-year felony. Remnants of hate remain at a Suffield law firm after it falls victim to an anti-Semitic graffiti attack.
The vandals who did it, though, they're still on the run. They defaced the Goodman-Acker law firm on 10 Mile near Southfield Road with pro-Palestinian graffiti reading Free Palestine and Divest Now. Swear words and handprints were also left behind early this morning. Founding partner Barry Goodman not mincing words when asked what makes it a hate crime.
Too many people like you are saying things like this are not necessarily a hate crime. How can it be a hate crime? It's not a like crime. It's not a love crime. It's not an okay crime. It's a hate crime.
Much of the graffiti was hosed down thanks to the generosity of contractors who did the job for free. This is the second time the Ackers have been targeted. Last month, protesters left a list of demands at the home of Jordan Acker, another law firm partner and U of M Board of Regent member.
Using dirty dirt to fill the hole that has been created by the demolition process. We will investigate and we will hold contractors accountable for their actions.
Dirty business forces a contractor out of the Motor City for 20 years. Denman Construction was hired by the city of Detroit back in 2018 to fill holes left behind from torn down vacant properties. Workers were supposed to use uncontaminated dirt, but instead used dirty dirt from various construction projects and charged for it for 2 years. The company was hit with a roughly $4 million fine, part of it going toward replacing the contaminated soil with clean dirt instead.
Thursday night is the night. Michigan Central Station will welcome guests after an extensive 6-year renovation. The kickoff concert will feature some huge Detroit names. The headliners include Diana Ross, Jack White, and Big Sean. Eminem and his manager, Paul Rosenberg, are the executive producers of the big show. The concert will be 90 minutes long and held outside. Gates open at 6. The concert starts at 8:30. In the meantime, you can get a closer look at the Michigan Central Station renovations on fox2detroit.com.
An exciting moment for all of us here in the city of Detroit. Well, the tickets for the Michigan Central Station concert were given away for free online last week.
Best deal in town, considering the recent price of the concert tickets. As Fox 2's Dave Kinchin reports, many music fans are opting to forego their favorite artists because the price of a show has just gotten too expensive.
What shows have you wanted to see that are just too expensive?
Chris Brown. Just recently, he's supposed to be here on Saturday, I believe.
Metro Detroit concert goers staying home for some of their favorite shows this summer because ticket prices are sky high and simply out of reach for many.
They are extremely expensive. I'm literally considering going to Florida for a weekend for the same price as that ticket.
Live Nation and Ticketmaster have taken heat for the high prices for a long time, and now the feds want to break up the union between the two entertainment giants. But will that lower prices for the fan?
This has been an issue for years.
Danny Zelisko is a legendary concert promoter who broke many big bands in the 70s and 80s. His Evening Star Promotions company merged into what became Clear Channel Entertainment and later Live Nation, where he worked for several years. He says a breakup may be time.
I can see where the problems are when you're not only the promoter, but you're the ticketing person, you're the manager of the groups, you're the record companies in some cases. And, you know, the whole country is based on people and capitalism. It's impossible for me to buy big shows. And even of the groups that I helped break back in the 80s or 90s, I don't get those phone calls anymore. I can't make offers on those groups because the competitors, and there's more than one, but the competitors have the ability in the pocketbook to write a check for 40 or 50 shows. Here you go, work for us.
Meantime, many music lovers say they can only watch and wait to see what happens.
Theoretically, competition always brings prices down, but greed always brings prices up. So, I don't know. We have to see. That's one of those things that it has to play out.
Meantime, online, a lot of concerts, people are showing pictures of many empty seats, showing how many people are staying home. Other things that have been happening, too. Concerts have been canceled. Entire tours canceled. J-Lo and the Black Keys canceling tours. Other bands canceling portions of their tours, and there's been a drop in the average resale value of ticket prices too. So there's a lot of fluctuation, a lot happening. Music fans and music executives hoping for some kind of stability in some form very soon. In downtown Detroit, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Today, and it was nice to kick off the week that way.
And tomorrow, guess what? We're turning up the heat for all you heat lovers out there. Captain Rich Luderman has a look at our forecast. Are we going to hit 90 tomorrow? Maybe?
Some of us could get close to 90 tomorrow. There's a weak system off to our west here. This is going to stay north and west of us over the next 12 hours or so. So we're going to be dry tonight and tomorrow. How about the highs today? 76 for us. Look at Benton Harbor, 87 degrees. Even Traverse City, pretty warm today, 84. We made it to 76, pretty close to our average levels. 67 in Howell, 69 over at City Airport, 63 in Mount Clemens. A very light breeze from the south and east. But look at Chicago right now. 80 degrees. That's pretty warm. And this warm air is going to be around for Tuesday and Tuesday night. Now, Wednesday is our next cold front that crosses the area. Certainly not an all-day soaker, but we will likely see a few clusters of thunder showers Wednesday. Comfortable tonight, down to 64, back to 87 tomorrow. It's going to be a warmer afternoon, and there are these thunder showers Wednesday. Shower chances for Thursday and Friday, but trending cooler into the weekend. Rupen Taryn, a full check at 4 a.m.
All right, Rich, the forecast, it's all over the place.